Hello there. So this video is regarding the claims that the red heifer has been sacrificed on July 1st, 2025. Now, those who watch the Christian prophecy regarding when the red heifer sacrifice takes place in Israel at the temple, and so unfortunately there are people who are wrongly claiming that a rehearsal sacrifice was the actual sacrifice. And I don't know why they're doing this. I don't know if it's just for clicks, or maybe they just really misunderstood, or I don't know what their issue is. But it's not okay to do this, because this is a very like sacred thing, this prophecy. But I imagine a lot of people, this spreads like wildfire. They're believing it. I've seen comments about this on YouTube. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to address this. So here's one of the places on Facebook that this is taking place, and it's claiming the bad thing is it's falsely accusing this person who has made no such statements, because this could come back and make it look like he's making stuff up, okay, or that he's not credible. He is not saying this. I want to make this clear. Byron Stinson is not making these claims. But various people are claiming Byron Stinson is the Texas rancher who brought the red heifers to Israel, and he said on August 6th that they actually sacrificed the perfect red heifer on July 1st. And then there's people who are like making posts about why they're keeping it in secret. They're falsely claiming that the attack by Hamas on October 7th was because of the red heifer and all this other stuff. No. None of this is true. So then if you click on this right here, it will take you to this guy. They're saying this video is him claiming that there was the truth about the red heifer practice has been revealed. Okay. And so, first of all, this is not who they quoted in that video. So I'm going to take you to the actual page of Byron Stinson, and I will show you what he's actually saying. And none of this stuff they're saying, that claiming that Byron Stinson is saying this is true. This is Byron Stinson's page. This is his page. This is his reel on August 6th. Okay. And obviously the person in the video is not Byron Stinson. It is the first ceremony in over 2,000 years. That is significant, and that is worthy of noting. And yes, so this was from today. Well, actually 7 hours ago. This is Byron Stinson, okay? So he says, I fully agree the ashes used to purify the priests or building the temple will be best obtained from the Mount of Olives ceremony. This is why Bone Israel purchased the perfect land on the Mount of Olives, which is not where the sacrifice took place, because according to him, some Jewish leaders felt that the heifer did not meet the requirements, and so therefore it was not done on the Mount of Olives. Okay, and so if the Temple Mountain Institute or others had a better location, then it should be. And on top of that, there are hopes of finding the previous ashes in archaeological digs. That would be even better. They could be mixed with Mount of Olive ashes. And the good news is we do have more pure heifers in Texas. Okay? So this is the one that allegedly has provided the red heifer. This is what he said. Okay? He said it was not on Mount of Olives, and some Jewish leaders feel it does not pass all requirements they support, but it was real and the first in 2,000 years. Okay, so it was a rehearsal, it was a practice. It was not the actual sacrifice that people talk about, you know, this prophetic in the Christians' book of Revelations. It says, many will continue to question and fight against the ceremony. I just think the world needs to know. The ceremony went perfect with the perfect priest in a place outside of the camp, and in the opinion of those I respect, we used a perfect red heifer. You see this person commenting, it was not the actual sacrifice to cleanse the land for the temple, it was a rehearsal for the real thing. They did indeed actually sacrifice a killed animal, but it was only a rehearsal. The cow killed had been disqualified. And he believed that it was perfect, but he respected those that accepted that it wasn't, and it was not done on Mount Olives because it did not meet the requirements. His position was that he believed that it was the perfect red heifer, but he accepts that they did not do it on Mount Olives because they disqualified it. Okay, so I think there's confusion about that. So anyway, so this is on a page called Page for Jesus, and it says there's conflicting public reports about the qualification of the red heifer that was sacrificed despite the recent public announcement. And see, here they go again. They're announcing that Byron Stinson provided several red heifers, stated there was one qualified perfect red heifer. Yes, he believed that it was perfect, but he also accepts that it was not used for the actual circuit. It was only used for a rehearsal, and it was not done on the Mount of Olives. Okay? So anyways, the media is now reporting that all the Texas red heifers were disqualified, because they were. And one source was Charisma Magazine. The Temple Institute said all red heifers have been disqualified. So he acknowledges that the Jewish leaders feel it does not pass all the requirements. He disagreed. He felt that the red heifer was perfect. Okay, so I think people are getting confused. I think that some of them are saying that he's saying that it was the real sacrifice. That's not what he said. He just disagreed that it was imperfect or didn't meet all the requirements. Okay, and so it wasn't the real thing. It was only a rehearsal. That's the point. But it is significant that it is the first one in 2,000 years, and we are getting closer to that time it talks about in the Revelations, and we can see that in Matthew 24 rising, when you have increased disasters in many places in frequency and intensity. There are so many things that, we're near the end, if you will. Yeah, anyways. So, bottom line is, everybody should be ready to account for their soul every day that they live, every single day, regardless of what's going on in the world. The Bible says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul. I hope you have a blessed weekend. It's Friday week.